Welcome to our U.S. Briefing Show. Today, we have some intriguing stories that highlight the current state of international trade, local legislation, and a heartfelt tribute to a beloved individual. First up, we dive into the impact of President Trump's tariffs, which have caused a significant drop in steel exports from Japan and South Korea to the U.S. With Japan's exports down by 16.6% and South Korea's by 24%, experts are warning of a worsening global trade outlook. Despite these challenges, Japan managed to record a trade surplus, but the future remains uncertain. In local news, a new poll shows that Utah residents overwhelmingly support a law restricting flag displays in public schools, with 62% approval. This legislation has sparked a heated debate over inclusivity and political expression, reflecting a deep partisan divide. And finally, we pay tribute to Douglas Ray Richardson, whose infectious smile and positive spirit touched many lives. His family encourages donations to Special Olympics in his memory. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage of these stories. Nikkei Asia. In March 2025, Japan and South Korea experienced significant declines in steel exports to the United States, attributed to President Trump's 25% tariffs imposed on March 12. Japan's steel exports plummeted by 16.6%, while South Korea saw an even steeper drop of 24%. This move aimed to address the U.S.'s persistent trade deficits has strained relations with its trading partners, potentially disrupting global supply chains and hindering international trade. Despite the downturn in steel exports, Japan's overall exports rose by 3.9% in March, driven by a surge in car and chip-making equipment shipments as companies rushed to ship goods ahead of the tariffs. However, experts warn that the long-term global trade outlook remains bleak, suggesting that the effects of these tariffs will soon take a toll on shipments. Yahoo US, a recent poll revealed that a majority of Utahns support a new law, HB 77, which bans the display of most flags by public school teachers and government entities. This legislation, which only permits a select few flags, has garnered approval from over 60% of registered voters in the state, with 62% expressing support. The law aims to ensure that public spaces represent unity and educational focus rather than political ideologies. While the measure has strong backing from Republicans, it faces significant opposition from Democrats, particularly regarding its perceived targeting of the pride flag. Proponents argue that the law is a common-sense approach to maintaining neutrality in educational environments, while critics contend it marginalizes LGBTQ representation. The bill passed with a veto-proof majority, making Utah the first state to implement such a ban, amidst ongoing debates about inclusivity and representation in public institutions. Yahoo US, on April 5, 2025, the community mourned the passing of Douglas Ray Richardson, a vibrant 55-year-old from Belen, New Mexico, who died due to pneumonia complications. Born on January 25, 1970, Doug was known for his outgoing spirit and love for people, having touched many lives through his art, humor, and involvement with the Los Lunas community program. Since 1998, he thrived in this supportive environment, where he shared joyful moments with staff and housemates. Doug's family, including his father Ronald and sister Kelly, celebrated his life and the impact he had on others. His funeral service was held at the First United Methodist Church in Belen, with heartfelt tributes acknowledging the joy he brought to those around him. In lieu of flowers, donations were encouraged to the Special Olympics, reflecting Doug's passion for the organization, which brought him immense joy. The family finds solace in the belief that Doug is now free from pain and rejoicing in the afterlife. Yahoo US reports that John Ulyott, a prominent Pentagon spokesperson during the early Trump administration, announced his resignation amid a series of controversies. Ulyott, who previously held significant roles in both the National Security Council and the Department of Veterans Affairs, expressed his desire not to serve as a subordinate in public affairs. His resignation coincides with a tumultuous period for the Pentagon, highlighted by the administrative leave of 3 political appointees during an investigation into potential leaks. Ulyott's controversial tenure included actions that reassigned workspace from established media outlets to more conservative platforms, and he faced criticism for the Pentagon's handling of sensitive military information. Al Jazeera informs us that President Trump recently claimed significant progress in trade negotiations with Japan, following his unexpected participation in discussions with Japanese officials. The meeting included key U.S. economic figures and aimed to finalize a trade deal before the expiration of a temporary pause on tariffs. Japan, facing steep tariffs on various goods, is eager to reach an agreement, especially given its crucial role as a U.S. ally and trade partner. However, the stock market reacted negatively to ongoing trade uncertainties, with significant losses recorded on Wall Street. Experts warned that Trump's tariff policies could lead to adverse economic consequences, including rising inflation and unemployment. According to the South China Morning Post, investment veteran Mark Dowding has raised alarms about the potential long-term effects of Trump's tariff policies on U.S. assets and the dollar's status as the global reserve currency. He criticized the inept handling of the trade war, suggesting it could lead to a significant shift in economic dynamics, with China possibly reducing its investments in U.S. Treasury securities. As tensions escalate, Dowding predicts a bifurcated global trading system centered around the U.S. and China, which could create instability. Despite China's recent tariff increases in response to U.S. actions, Dowding believes that a more open approach from Beijing could present a constructive alternative amidst growing economic isolationism in the U.S. Nikkei Asia reports that South Korea's central bank has decided to maintain its policy interest rate at 2.75% amid growing economic uncertainties fueled by President Trump's trade tariffs. This decision, anticipated by the majority of economists, aims to stabilize the South Korean won, which recently hit a 16-year low due to fears of a global recession and declining export demands. Finance Minister Choi Sang-mok has expressed concerns over the potential negative impact of tariffs on economic growth, prompting the government to negotiate with the U.S. to delay reciprocal tariffs and draft a supplementary budget of 12 trillion won to bolster the economy. Analysts predict that the Bank of Korea may lower the interest rate to 2.25% by the end of the third quarter as financial volatility continues to be a pressing issue. According to the South China Morning Post, trust in the United States among Australians has plummeted to its lowest level in 2 decades, with only 36% of respondents believing that the U.S. acts responsibly on the global stage. This decline follows the announcement of Trump's tariffs and reflects growing concerns over his unpredictable policies. Despite the erosion of trust, support for the military alliance with the U.S. remains robust, with 80% of Australians recognizing its importance for national security. The Lowy Institute's survey highlights a clear distinction among Australians between their perception of the U.S. administration and the value of the alliance, as they express significant opposition to many of Trump's controversial policies, including his tariff strategies and plans for territorial claims. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Morning sunlight on the street, city whispers soft and sweet, faces mix in daily grind, every story intertwined, cultures blend like colors bright, languages in the silent night, on the table stories told, food and feast upon so bold, people living day by day, in the heart they find their way, sharing moments, voices sing, in this world of everything. Society in rhythms beat, entertainment's fleeting heat, echoes of voice and fears, laughing through our unseen tears, children playing in the park, drawing dreams till after dark, elders speak of days gone by, washing shadows from